Big 12 baseball has kicked off. The tournament has been electric. Most of these games have been very, very close or very, very exciting. In fact, we just got done watching Baylor almost claw back their way against Kansas, just barely falling short. So the games have been really, really good, and been very impressed with the quality of the matches and just the way the tournament has been kind of flowing. There's only just been one problem, and that is nobody is at these games out in Surprise. Nobody is at the games, and I don't know what you really do about it, to be honest with you. Everybody kind of made fun and made memes of Venmo giving away championship game tickets. Was that planned? Was that because the ticket sales were so low? Probably because they were so low, to be honest with you. I mean, it's difficult to convince a fan of a first round team to fly 1,500 miles across the country and see them win one game, and then you got to pay for the hotel and then see the other game, and then maybe they go on, maybe they don't, and then you're out of the tournament anyway. I think that's a really tough ask. I think that's a really, really tough ask. And listen, I know this is going to be controversial, and I know as an Oklahoma State fan, it's in my best interest to want to have it played in Bricktown Ballpark. Of course, right? I mean, in your own backyard where it's been played for what feels like eons would be a huge advantage. And even Josh Holiday, as much crap as I've given Josh Holiday, he is right about advocating for the tournament to be moved in his own backyard. Of course you should be. I mean, of course, right? I mean, you're going to want to play baseball where most of your fans are located. So I don't really knock him for that. And I don't knock Big 12 fans for wanting a more geographically centered, historic venue in which we played ball games. But at the same time, I mean, of course, when you add a Utah, you add a BYU, Arizona, and Arizona State, Colorado, you're going to shift the geographic center of it a little more west. And let me ask you this: out of your football championship game, your basketball tournament, or your baseball conference tournament, where are you going to want to move out west? Out of those three, what are you as Oklahoma State fan, K-State fan, Iowa State fan, which I mean, I know you don't have baseball, but TCU, in that kind of middle lane in the plains, what event are you going to toss out west? To me, it's baseball. And as much crap as we've seen for the attendance out there, the memes about 200 fans. Well, don't forget about the 200 hours of storms that rolled through Oklahoma City and Frisco. I've looked at the weather radar. I don't know if we played a single pitch in Oklahoma City this week. And I would be honestly, I would be frustrated if I was a Baylor or a TCU who was just fighting for their life to get into the NCAA tournament. And I'd be frustrated a little bit even as an Oklahoma State fan, even with the home field advantage. Like, having to just stop your momentum, having to stop where you are in the flow of the tournament because of weather. And I know maybe some of the counters would be, oh, well, Oklahoma City, softball, they get it done. Oklahoma City, I mean, that is the championship round in Oklahoma City. You're not going to have to delay it for anything else, as in, in the regionals, in a conference tournament, in super regionals, you are kind of on a timeline. They have to kind of know who's in, who's out, especially in conference tournaments, right? Especially in conference tournaments. But I mean, there is a pace to this thing to get everybody to the same point, to the championship round. So that's why I think it's different in Omaha. That's why I think it's different in Oklahoma City when you get to those rounds. For a conference tournament, it is imperative it runs smoothly. It is imperative it runs as best as it can. And especially when you know that there's going to be extra inning games, especially when you know you're going to have days where you throw 4 games on in one day. So it's a real challenge. I don't know what you do if you're the Big 12 baseball tournament. Let me know. I mean, would you rather see it go back to Globe Life Field? Do you want to start a system where we rotate it between every school? Or are we cool with it just being out west and giving the West Coast teams a place to play ball and kind of incorporate them a little bit in the conference? Not that Arizona State was complaining too hard. I know about, being left out. Arizona State was never a guy I think that was like really complaining about it or anything like that. But there was calls, especially for the basketball tournament to be moved out to Vegas. And I just think, if you're Big 12 fans, I mean, would you rather toss them a bone out and say that we gave you baseball or forego basketball tournament in Kansas City? Just some food for thought. Just some food for thought on, the weather and everything like that. It is a big problem. It is a situation which we will have to monitor in the coming years. But who knows? Maybe Surprise comes out and starts to establish themselves as the premier destination for Big 12 baseball. I doubt it, but who knows?